you for clicking this video. I got these two new RC models. This is T-45 Goshawk. For you that watching my channel for the first time, you can make this model by yourself by using my plans. This is the first build. It already fly and it fly good. The reason I made these two models because it crashed on the first test, on the first flight. So I have to rebuild again to present you with the new one, like this. I always told my friends that never ever try to test your plane for the first time by throwing it in the air. It will end up bad, just like this. Use wheel to take off for the first time, so you will minimize the damage for your model. But then I made a mistake that I told everyone not to do it. My friend's throw is not strong enough, so it dropped to the ground, and I didn't notice that the battery here is already fall down to the back. I didn't notice that, and I didn't check the CG. And then the second try, the throw is good, but it went straight up to the air, and I can control it because I didn't notice at that time it's tail heavy, and it dropped to the ground with the nose down to the earth, and it broke and it bent over here, bent to the side and break open, and I had to repair it. I was not just rebuild this model, I also made some changes, some details and improvement. Of course, the landing gear, I already made this landing gear and it can be detached like this. It's very easy to detach. So you can take off from the ground or throw it in the air like that. And the second one is I made details like the fin, the belly fin and the side fin like this, just like the real one. And this, and the most important is the horizontal stabilizer. On the first one, I made a mistake on the angle of the horizontal stabilizer. The back part is a bit up, so it will give a bit nose pitch up like this when flying. So you will have a terrible aileron roll. When you roll like this, the nose will drop down like this because the horizontal stabilizer is not neutral. So in this new version, I made a modification on the horizontal stabilizer so it's neutral. I hope it will have a nice aileron roll. Okay. One more thing is on the first version, I had a simple lock system from servo arm. In here, I replace it with the pin lock system like this. Just pull the pin out, and the lock is released. Do that again, and insert the pin, just like that. Very simple, but strong enough. Okay, let's build this plane. This is A4 size plans. I printed in 70 gram HVS paper. There is also a zero size format. It's free and you can download it on my website, paper-replica.com. There's a direct link on this video description. Combine all segments into parts like this. And then trace it onto 5mm foam board or Depron or polyfoam. They are all basically the same. They are XPS foam. Follow these steps to build the fuselage. Not like other models, in this build place the bottom side part in between the fuselage walls. And glue one segment at a time like this. Apply packing tape on front portion to bend and curve it without breaking like this. Place middle former 2.5 cm to the back from the highest point of the wall. And then put the last former in the middle of the horizontal stabilizer slots. Make holes on the former using solder. Continue building by adding the back of the fuselage. Make the nose cone by using 14 stacks of 5 mm foam into a block of foam. By using a guide, carve the block of foam like this. And finally finish the fuselage by sanding all sharp edges. I try new material here. This is PVC foam board, 3 mm thick, for replacing 3 mm plywood that I usually use. I use this for detachable landing gear base. Make 2 holes for the landing gear strut. And then add 2 stacks of 10 mm EVA foam to grip the landing gear strut like this. Use CA glue to assemble them. And then add a layer of foam to hold the base in place. Also add other foam as reinforcement like this. First, mark the spar position on the wing base. Curve it with heat gun and metal pipe. And then assembly the spars. Cut landing gear base and servo position. I use PVC foam board for detachable landing gear base. Install the landing gear base and add EVA foam on top of the base like this. It will grip the landing gear strut. Sand the leading edge before gluing to the top part of the wing. And then close the wing. Close the wing tip like this. Install aileron servo and pull the cable out on the wing root. Cut the aileron using a guide. And then prepare the aileron like this. Combine both wings together. And then fill it with hot glue if there's any gap. By using a guide, mark the wing position on the fuselage and cut it. Combine the two servo cables into one input. After the wing on its place, close it again with the original belly like this. Follow these steps to assemble the air intake parts. They can only be installed after the wing on its position. Some parts need sanding on its edge to be able to have a neat connection to the fuselage. Make holes inside the fuselage where the rear part will be attached to let air flow free to the tail. Install the elevator servo like this. I use PVC foam board for the base. Cover all stabilizers before installing to the fuselage. I use white packing tape for the base cover. I usually start from the bottom side and then move to the top side. Use covering iron to smooth the tape. When applying tape on top side, I overlap it and fold the tape and stick it on the bottom side's tape. For curved surfaces, I apply the tape in small pieces and overlap each of them. Here I use painted laminating film for color variation. I paint the inside side of this 32 micron film. while for the nose and air intake lid, I use painted vinyl stickers. Here I am making the canopy base with 5mm foam board. We need to paint it black, so I apply PVA glue on the surface and wait for it to dry before painting. Attach black vinyl stickers on the nose like this. Here I use 0.5mm mica plastic for the canopy. Glue it with hot glue or uhu glue and finalize with masking tape. Attach the windshield and then wrap the front side with a strip of black vinyl sticker. By using a guide, cut the centerpiece of the canopy. You can see how to make the curved plastic like this on Piper Seneca video. And then add canopy frames with strip of white vinyl stickers. In the meantime, install the horizontal stabilizer in place and use packing tape for aileron hinges. Apply decals. I use printed vinyl stickers. You can find the decal file along with the plans. The link is on the description. There's also other decals that you can download if you are a member of this channel. Just click the join button beside the subscribe button to join. As you can see in this build video, I replace all plywood parts with PVC foam board. Like this, I use it as a base to install the motor. I use Turnigy 2826 2200 kV motor with 6 4 propeller. You also can use 2212 type motor or drone racing motor. I use a simple lock system using servo arm like this. Here you can see I insert all the cables from motor to ESC. I also use servo arm for control horn. Join two pushrod wires from both elevators with one small wire to connect to the servo. I use cruise-in terminal for the pushrod stoppers. On my second build, I added some details to the model. This is a belly fin made from PVC foam board. Also side fins on the tail just above the air brake made from mica plastic. On the first build, I used servo arm locks for holding the canopy. Here I replaced it with pin locking system like this. I use bicycle wheel spoke wire for the landing gear strut. I use screw end on top for better grip on the base. Here, as you can see, I assemble the landing gear according to the plans using solder. This is PVC foam board for landing gear accessories. Will it broken on the first landing? We'll see. These are detachable landing gears for lighter flying. My original plans was not to include the working rudder, but I might give it a try on this new build. Rudder combined with aileron is very useful for smoother and easier turn on tight space with small turn radius. I use mica plastic wrapped with paper masking tape as hinges for rudder. For this, I use foam safe glue. Install the servo with extension cable to be able to reach the cockpit. I made a switch on my radio so the rudder can be mixed with aileron for smoother turn, but also can be turned off if I want to roll this jet. Here I am drawing two lines to find the front tip of the wing. The CG is 11.8 cm from that tip. And then I translate the measurement to the top of the wing and then add tiny screws to mark the CG position. That way it will very convenient to balance your plane. And this, I added another fin on the bottom side of the wing made out of PVC foam board to protect the linkage behind it when this plane lands without wheels. Here I am making battery tray made out also from PVC foam board. And then I add a piece of EVA foam, it's 3 mm thick, to be able to grip the battery even more, so it won't fall to the back again. Add Velcro strap and then glue the tray. Here the CG is spot on, it's good to fly. Now try with wheels on. The nose is dropping, so I need to move back a bit the battery. Before removing the battery, here I mark the battery position with wheels off setup. Okay, the balance with wheels on is achieved. So there are two markings that indicate the two setups. Okay, let's fly this jet. My daughter and I took off at about 7 AM from home. In the past, it took about 40 minutes to reach the flying field. But with the new toll highway, it only takes about 15 minutes. My friends Dali, the chaser pilot, and Darsim, the hand launcher, were already preparing their plane. The jet is a bit nose heavy, so the takeoff was not smooth, but still manageable. Trimming session here. Okay, it's already stable enough to enjoy the flight. It's a bit too fast for me. I use 100 rate on all controls and 20 expo for aileron and 50 expo for elevator and rudder. I think 40 or 50 expo on aileron is needed, as it's still too sensitive for me. Power is enough for looping. The change on horizontal stabilizer angle was working well. I have no problem rolling this jet now. Because this jet is fast, my friend, the chase plane pilot, was having trouble keeping the speed with this Goshawk. I have to reduce it about 30 to 40 throttle so he can catch up. I almost hit that tree.
Oh, yang sebelah kiri kayaknya ya. Jangan nih. Jauh amat. Biasa, grogi. Baterai udah lemah tuh. Enggak lah. Ini gua 50% soalnya.
it's too fast. I have to go around and try again. The field is too short to land this jet safely. The front landing gear came out from its place, but nothing else is broken. Okay, I think this is too fast for me. I like slower than this and scale flying. About 3-4 years ago, actually I already made this type of plane, the same T-45 Goshawk but bigger size. This is 80 centimeters. In the past I made about 95 centimeters and it can fly slow and scale flight but not as fast as this. The reason I made this 80 centimeter size is I heard that you guys like fast jet and I don't have any of fast jet in my inventory in my channel, so here it is. I use this 3S 2200 mAh battery. This is powerful battery, 70C, but it's also heavy. It's about 200 grams. The flying weight of this jet is about 900 grams with landing gear on. Without landing gear, it will be somewhere about 850 grams. Because it's heavy with this battery, it cannot fly slow, so it always fly fast. So I think if you want to use this size, I recommend you to use half the size, maybe 300 mAh. Small and lighter. And also I use Turnigy 2826 2200 kV. This is an old motor. I bought this on Hobby King years ago. I believe they don't produce it anymore. I think you can replace it with drone racing motor that more efficient and smaller than this. But if you want to make use of your 3S 2200 mAh battery, you can build this with bigger wing, about 90 centimeters wingspan. My next big project will be Boeing 747-400. And after this, I will making part 1 of Boeing 747. Alright guys, that's it. If you like this video, consider to subscribe and hit the like button. Alright guys, see you in the next episode.
Ayo Bang Jago. Go! Terus.